over from Lafayette Central Catholic. And we'll mention a little bit about scheduling in this early season. Lafayette Central Catholic, they are here tonight. First game for Central Catholic, second game for Bishop Chatard. As mentioned, Bishop Chatard got the win last night over Arsenal Tech, is what John tells me. And we'll mention Bishop Chatard hosting tonight. About a 5:30 start, might be a little bit beyond 5:30, not a whole lot. Playing on synthetic field turf right here at Bishop Chatard High School. Home run fence is a royal blue, probably about an 8-foot fence on the lower level, probably 16 to 20 feet there on the monster in left field, kind of protecting the scoreboard. I guess the scoreboard is open right there. So Bishop Chatard, first game on the agenda for the Knights here on a Tuesday, last day of March. This weather has been absolutely crazy in the Midwest, but we'll take it. We'll take a good warm day. And we'll mention the second game of the season for the Knights supposed to happen tomorrow night at Riverton Park. That's supposed to be a 6 o'clock start. We'll see if Mother Nature says different. I know last year Central Catholic played Riverton Park, but they were rained out for that game. They had to reschedule. I think they played it in early May, but they did get the game in with Riverton Park. And next week, going to be three games on the agenda for the Knights. Tuesday, they will begin their Hoosier Conference matchups. They'll play Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes Hoosier Conference game. That's Tuesday, the 7th of April. That one will be at Central Catholic. It'll be a 6 o'clock start. And then on Wednesday, they'll play their second of the 2 game set with Twin Lakes, and that one will be at Twin Lakes at Monticello. That'll be a 5:30 start. And then on Saturday, next Saturday, the 11th of April, the Highland Trojans will be at Central Catholic. One game on Saturday. That'll be a 4 o'clock afternoon game. Bishop Chatard Trojans this week. 2 games was on the agenda. They have 3. They did win last night over Arsenal Tech. So they're playing with a 1-0 record. Today they're going against Lafayette Central Catholic, a home game for Bishop Chatard. 5:30 projected start time. And then tomorrow, as mentioned, Indianapolis Lutheran going to have a second game, and they'll play tomorrow night at 5:30. I think I have an Indianapolis Lutheran for tomorrow. Is that correct, John? I got Lutheran for tomorrow night. I got this from Max Preps. If you didn't know, Max Preps is a division of CBS Sports. I didn't know that for the longest time, but now I do. And I will mention I've got Indianapolis Cecina Memorial Crusaders. So they're going to play tomorrow night, weather permitting. They'll play one team or the other. And then next week, 3 games on the agenda for Bishop Chatard. On Monday, the 6th of April, it'll be Bishop Chatard. It'll be all 3 away games next week. Bishop Chatard will be at Indianapolis Cecina. So that's going to be Monday. So I think that's correct. Tomorrow's supposed to be Indianapolis Lutheran Saints right here with Bishop Chatard. So Monday, Bishop Chatard will be at Cecina. On Tuesday, the 7th, Bishop Chatard will be at Covenant Christian. And then on Thursday, the 9th, Bishop Chatard will be at Indianapolis Crispus Attucks. So that's the way it'll play out. And we'll mention Bishop Chatard will begin the Circle City Conference. They'll be against Guerin Catholic on April 14th. That's a Tuesday. And then April 15th on a Wednesday. 14th Tuesday, they'll be at Guerin. 15th on Wednesday, they will be here at Bishop Chatard. And that'll be the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles as their opponents. So the Knights throwing the ball around the infield, hitting some infield, outfield. Coach Bourdonnais handling the duties here today by himself, infield, outfield. And I'm looking for a good game here today. Both these coaches well familiar with one another. And they like one another. They have fun, bring their guys in for each particular class. And they play against each other each and every season, pretty much near the first game of the season. We do thank you for tuning in. You're listening to PutMeInSports.com. And we do have some sponsorships this year. We appreciate that. This is not a free broadcast for Put Me in Sports, but we will mention it is a free listening broadcast for whoever might want to listen. And I will mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. That's 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. They'll also provide you with posters and oversized printing. That's also available. And if you are planning a wedding, Discount Copies, they can help you print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone 317 773 8783. Again, their number is 317 773 8783. Or you can go to the Discount Copies email, that is Discount Copies, the number 96 at gmail.com. Again, that's Discount Copies 96 at gmail.com. So Knights working the ball in the infield now, getting ready for baseball. 5:31 on the wristwatch, the T-Mobile wristwatch. You are listening via T-Mobile. So they're working third base. We'll mention. Also bringing you tonight's contest is McCormick Printing and Office Supplies. Hey, baseball fans, let's give a cheer for one of our amazing local sponsors. It's McCormick Printing Impressions and Office Supplies. For more than 5 decades, MPI has been the go-to place for everything printed, posters, programs, shirts, and the office supplies that you never could find. Family owned, community minded, and always ready to help you knock it out of the park. That's McCormick Printing Impressions, where quality and service are always a home run. McCormick Printing, they're in Tipton. If you want to dial them up, it's 765 675 9556. So the sun's out. It looks nice. Well done. And Mike's finishing up their infield practice right now. John to my left, John's public address. He's been doing that. How many years you been doing public, John? At least 6, 7 years, I know. But he enjoys it. You enjoy it thoroughly, don't you? I'm going to ask you, John. How about your MLB team? Do you have a favorite Major League Baseball team?
Actually, no, I don't. I don't follow it.
I tell you what, some folks don't follow stuff like that. NFL's become kind of different. They're going to have like 11 games this year out of the country.
I'm still wondering why the Big Ten has got 16 teams in it.
That is pretty amazing. They had several teams in the big dance.
Yes, they did, but the only ones I followed was Purdue as long as they were there, and at that, it wasn't consistent. I'd watch those.
How about Braden Smith from Westfield High School? All-time leader in assists now.
Every time he gets another assist, he breaks his own record.
Tell you what, he plays pretty good ball for a guy from Westfield. And tell you what, Braden Smith made a lot of things happen for the Boilermakers.
Yes, he did, and a lot of people were really depending upon him. He did a good job and did what he was supposed to do.
Very much so. Tell you what, it looks like these umpires are ready to go. Have you seen these umpires before?
No, I have not.
You wonder when they show up. You know they are appointed by the IHSAA. I don't think they're chosen by the athletic department here at Bishop Chatard.
I don't know. I've never been a high school official for baseball. All I did was soccer. And at that, we would call the school and make our own appointments.
I know I've heard it said that baseball is the most deficient sport in high school where they don't have enough umpires because too many people give them havoc.
That's the same thing with soccer. Too many people holler at the referee for no reason. He doesn't have the best view of the game.
That's very much so. So what they think if you pay to get in, it gives you a right to yell.
You can cheer, but don't try to berate and downplay a person. Let the players play.
Well said. Well said. So the Knights bringing the infield in with a ground ball, third base, Adriano off the grass right there, and synthetic grass. Gus Sandberg playing first base in today's ball game for the Knights. We're going to see a freshman starting at shortstop tonight for the Knights. It's L.J. Whitford. Whitford, just a freshman. Mikey Stapleton plays middle infield. He's at second base. We'll go through the lineups, and we'll mention first for the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights, wearing number 12. He'll bat first, play third base, Alex Schumer. Batting second, wearing number 3, L.J. Whitford. He'll play shortstop. Batting third, number 34, Isaiah Hopkins. He'll do the catching. Batting fourth, number 11, Mikey Stapleton. He'll play second base. Batting fifth, number 30, Gus Sandberg. He'll play first base. Batting sixth, number 21, Caden Keller. He will be the DH. He will bat in place of the pitcher, number 14, Jonah Gerke. Batting seventh, number 41, Brennan Van Kirk. Van Kirk will play left field. Batting eighth, number 5, Colton Minnick. He'll play right field. And batting ninth, number 2, Coy Gick. He will play center field for the Knights. So the Knights having a little bit of powwow down the right field line, taking some sprints right there in left field. Bishop Chatard. Think we're getting close here, John. This is it's almost like a middle, I should say, a, a game for the Indianapolis Indians, but Indians need a win.
Yeah, they do. They lost three at home, so they're playing away tonight. So all we can do is keep our fingers crossed.
So Knights and the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Umpires are ready to go. Two umpire crew tonight. And I will also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. Camino and Company. We welcome you and your patronage at Camino and Company, the mobile flower shop and wedding studio. It's based in downtown Noblesville. You'll find Camino and Company on the north side of the courthouse square at 876 Logan Street. Camino and Company started with a dream and grew with the love of the community. That same love, stories, and celebrations now lives in Camino Coffee. Your Camino coffee with a story. Every cup is inspired by the grandpa, the founder's grandpa's 1984 El Camino. That's an SS. And El Camino is owned by V.E. Witham. Carly Witham is the founder, Carly Witham Elbret. And we'll mention that's where they got the name, Camino and Company. It gets the name right there. Their coffee, they have brand new coffee on the agenda. And it is locally roasted by friends at Noble Coffee and Tea. They're in Noblesville. Each cup carries a little piece of their journey, along with the community and the belief that coffee always comes with a story. So, regardless if it's morning, afternoon, or any time, any moment you need to pause, your cup is just a click away. You can order Camino Coffee today. You can order Camino Coffee by going to CaminoCoffee.com. Again, that website is CaminoCoffee.com. You'll be glad you did. So waiting for the umpire meeting right here. I'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by, if you're looking for the ultimate Kentucky getaway, escape to a one-of-a-kind retreat in the heart of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, where rolling hills, world-famous distillery, and unforgettable memories await. Welcome to your private six-bedroom estate set on 7 scenic acres of peaceful countryside. Spend your days exploring legendary bourbon stops, then come home and unwind in the hot tub under the stars. Challenge friends to a billiards game right there on the pool table. Practice your swing on the putting green or relax by the fire pit as the night sets in. And when it's time to wind down, your private movie theater, where the room is ready and waiting. Whether it's a bourbon weekend, family gathering, or group getaway, there's space, there's something for everyone. No crowds, no stress, just comfort, connection, and the true spirit of Kentucky. For questions or direct booking, you can text your replies to 317. That's area code 317 442 7513. Again, that text message number is area code 317 442 7513. And they do all the bookings through Airbnb and VRBO. That is the ultimate Kentucky getaway. So having the umpires meeting right there at home plate. Sun is shining, got a blue sky, got some clouds floating around. Ought to be a good day for baseball. I know about 3 o'clock. I was on my way over here. I had to use the windshield wipers. It made me furious. But it's going to be a good day for baseball. But they're saying tonight we're going to get some rain and it's going to travel through. We're going to get some rain tomorrow and it's going to be wet. And tomorrow's game likely may not happen. We'll see. So both coaches right there at home plate. Coach Harmon is talking about the surroundings where the ball may get out of play, where it could be faltered, and is looking around the perimeter right now. The umpires are being educated with the same information from Coach Harmon. What a place to play ball right here. They had batting practice before the game. They've got tunnels. John said they've got a new tunnel batting practice area. Nice facility right here at Bishop Chatard High School. As mentioned, the football field out there beyond left field, left center field. There's the football field. Synthetic field turf there. And so what if we'd got rain? We probably would have played because rain can be absorbed pretty well on a turf field. I know Cascade High School has turf. They rented their field out for a men's baseball league, and they played in the rain, absolute rain. I wouldn't have wanted to been the pitcher. So they're going to shake hands now, getting ready for baseball. 5:44. Knights are going to bat first.
Welcome to Dave Alexander Field here on the campus of Bishop Chatard High School. Today's contest is between the visiting Lafayette Central Knights and our own Bishop Chatard Trojans. At this time, I would like to ask everyone that is able to please stand for a short prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Heavenly Father, we ask you to bless the people here this evening. Watch over all the athletes, keeping them safe from injury. Allow us the gift of perspective keeping us aware of the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play, enthusiastically cheering for our team rather than against our opponent, as well as recognizing the effort and talent of all the athletes. We pray to stay ever mindful of the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. Amen.
The national anthem. That was John, public address, delivering our message, prayer. And we'll mention Bishop Chatard going to take the field. We'll let you know on the pitchers rubber tonight. Holzebos, it's going to be Eli Holzebos. He'll wear number 6, Eli Holzebos. And also, we'll mention doing the catching. His battery partner is Max Townsend. Max Townsend wears number 20. At first base, number 27, he will be playing defensively. He will give way to the designated hitter, Zach Walt. At first base, Zach McCormick. At second base, he'll wear number 7, Ari Sam. At shortstop, number 13, Christian Perez. At third base, number 31, A.J. Harmon. A.J. Harmon, he is the son of Coach Michael Harmon, Bishop Chatard, and I will mention Coach Tim Bourdonnais also has a son named A.J. It's A.J. Bourdonnais. He will coach at first base. And we'll also mention in left field, number 30, Owen Cox. In center field, number 25, Brady Keating. And in right field, number 2, Nolan Kenworthy. That's the defense for Bishop Chatard. We're going to throw the ball around the infield, and we're going to be ready for baseball. First batter in the lineup for Central Catholic going to be number 12, Alex Schumer. Throw one down second base, Max Townsend. It's a left-handed batter. And step in for Central Catholic, Alex Schumer. 5:48 p.m. Right-handed hurler. They have one left-handed pitcher in the arsenal for Bishop Chatard. They work out a stretch. Nobody on base. Out of set, first pitch to Schumer. Just above the zone, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Schumer steps right back in. Wearing the molded cleat. Molded cleats recommended right here on synthetic field. Second pitch from Holzebos. Just low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Eli Holzebos. Holzebos, he's a junior class member. He's a pitcher and a first baseman. There comes a pitch. High and away, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Holzebos bringing the heat. You're going to get dialed in right there. You can be ready to go. Probably going to be a take pitch. Here comes the pitch. Outside edge, strike call. Count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Alex Schumer might see the best pitch of the at-bat right here. 3-1. Out of set, here comes the pitch. High and away, ball 4. So Alex Schumer tosses the bat aside. He'll jog to first base. Next batter in the lineup, he'll shake hands with the home plate umpire. That is cordial. Two-hitter, where's number 3? He's a freshman. Plays shortstop, L.J. Whitford, right-handed batter. Step in pretty much straightaway stance. Pretty much hugging the plate right there. Not a sleed at first base for Schumer. Out of the set. Holzebos is the pitch. Inside, tight, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Signals given. Coach Bourdonnais, several given to Schumer. Stepping back in. Out of stretch. Now the set for Holzebos. Here comes the pitch. High for ball 2. Trying to find that release spot, that release point. Is Holzebos. Step back in. Peer in, look at signals from his catcher, Max Townsend. Out of set. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. Right called outside edge. It might have been a slide, a little bit of a tail there. Count goes 2-1. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Take signals. L.J. Whitford working out a stretch. Now it's set. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Swung on. You can pop a shallow. It's going to bounce out in front of the pitcher's mound. He'll pick it up. It's going to be a base hit. Got it off the handle there. I thought it was a little bit deeper than that. I knew it was going to be on the infield, but it landed third base side right in front of the pitcher, Holzebos, and he had no play when he picked it up. So first hit in the ball game, picked up there by L.J. Whitford. It wasn't pretty, but it did work. Batting runners at first and second base. Alex Schumer at second, Whitford at first base. Now batting, Isaiah Hopkins. He's the catcher. Where's 34? First pitch high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the first inning. Both teams wanting to play, chomping at the bit. Out of set, here comes a pitch. Swung on, swing and a miss. Healthy cut from Isaiah Hopkins. Came up empty. It's a 1-1 count. Right-handed batter taps the plate. Mikey Stapleton on deck for the night. Out of that, here comes a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Third base, he'll play it. He'll go to first base. He'll get the put out. A.J. Harmon across the diamond to Zach McCormick. Runners move up 90 feet, but they get the out at first. There's 1 out. Runners at second and third. At second base is L.J. Whitford. At third base, Alex Schumer. Stepping into bat for the Knights. Number 11, Mikey Stapleton, another right-handed batter. Out of set. Holzebos, here's the pitch. High and tight, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Top of the first inning. Here and in, looking at the signals, he'll step back in. Now the stretch, now the set position, checks third base. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Inside and tight, ball 2. Home plate umpire wanted to call that a strike. As an umpire behind the plate, you got to be thinking when that ball's released from the pitcher's hand, it is a strike, strike, strike until it's proven to be a ball. Out of set. Here comes the pitch. There's a strike, inside edge. Strike called, knee high. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 aboard for the Knights, second and third base. There's 1 out. Top of the first inning. All the stretch, now the set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Just above the zone. Ball 3. 3-1 count to Stapleton. Right-handed batter. He'll step back in. Looking out a stretch. Now the set. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. We'll jog to first base. Bases are all occupied. There's 1 out.
1 out.
Timeout called by Max Townsend, the catcher. He'll go out and talk with Eli Holzebos. All encouragement. All encouragement. He'll jog back behind the dish. Max Townsend wears number 20. Max Townsend also a junior class member. So pitcher catcher, they are classmates. Out of set. Bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Gus Sandberg will take a strike. Outside half, called strike. No balls, one strike. Sandberg's the 5-hitter. He wears number 30. He's playing first base. In today's ball game, here's the pitch. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2. No balls, two strikes. One out. Bases loaded for the Knights here in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, he'll foul it right side out of play, but it'll get the net. They put a net up. How long's that net been up there, John?
Just this season.
Just this season. I thought it looked new. Saves a lot of baseballs from hitting cars, doesn't it?
Unfortunate.
Very much so. It's a good net. So count 0-2 again. Here's the pitch. High for ball one. Holzeboes reach back for a little bit more MPH on that one. Count goes 1-2. One ball, two strikes. One out. Sandberg choked up off the knob about an inch. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. High and tight, ball two. Two balls, two strikes. On deck for the Knights is Hayden Keller. He's the D8 in the ball game for the night. There an end signals. Out of set, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside and tall, ball three. Three balls, two strikes. 3-2 count. Bases loaded, one out. There and in, look at a signal now out of the set position. Eli Holzeboes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, it'll be a base hit over shortstop's head. Gonna get the gaps. Gonna go to the warning track up against the wall near the 350 mark. Gonna score two. Gonna score three. He's gonna try for third base. No throw. It's gonna be a triple. He'll slide in. And Gus Sandberg, a 3-2 pitch to the gap in left center field, clears the bases. It's a 3-0 contest with one out.
One out, the runner on third.
So Gus Sandberg at third base. We're going to see the left-handed batter for the Knights, number 21. He's a 6-hitter. Hayden Keller. A little bit of an open stand. Solid set. Here comes the pitch from Holzeboes. Outside the ball. Just missed. Pretty good frame opportunity for Max Townsend. Pretty hard to change the umpire's mind when that ball's already popped the glove. Here comes the pitch. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. Going to be a foul tip in the glove. Still, first strike. Count goes 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here and look at a signal. Eli Holzeboes out of the set. Here's the pitch. Outside edge, another foul tip in the glove. Just missing the ball. Count goes 1-2. To the 6-hitter, number 21, Hayden Keller, doing the DHing for the night. Here comes the 1-2. Foul ball. Back got the screen. It'll stay 1-2. One ball, two strikes. One out. Top of the first inning, Knights have 3 runs in via the triple off the bat of Gus Sandberg. Out of set, here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch, a little bit tall. Going to go back to backstop Sandberg. Not really fleet of foot, but he'll stay at third base. Sandberg came on with the Knights as a freshman, did a fine job at the pitching rubber as a freshman. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Stepping back in, Hayden Keller. Working out of the stretch, now the set. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Outside a ball. Count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Eli Holzeboes. Out of the set, payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle, going to be grounded. Picked up there by the shortstop. They go to first base. So Keller will get an RBI. They'll get the out at first base. That was Christian Perez at shortstop over to Zach McCormick with 2 outs. Now the bases are empty. Bases are empty. Stepping in, 7-hitter, number 41, Brennan Van Kirk, left fielder. First pitch from Holzabo, strike called, inside edge. No balls, 1 strike. Brennan Van Kirk bats in the 7th spot in the lineup. Here's the pitch. Healthy cut, swinging a foul chip in the glove, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Right-handed batter, Brennan Van Kirk. He plays left field for the Knights. Out of set, here comes the 0-2. Going to call him out, strike 3. Think that was going to be called a called strike. You tried to check the swing. You didn't ask at first base. So the Knights are out of the inning. Knights come up with 4 runs here in the top half of the first inning. And we'll mention Bishop Chatard going to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. She has a real estate IQ that will work for the benefit of you. That's Lisa. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. They have a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. It's Lisa. Lisa Stokes Bear. Let her look. Let her list. Lisa knows that each home is precious. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21, Sheets Company. She's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent, a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or text message, 317 513 4086. Again, 317 513 4086. Knights on the diamond, they're going to start pitching tonight. Jonah Gerke. Jonah Gerke wears number 14. He will do the defensive purposes from the pitcher's rubber. He'll give way, as you know, to Caden Keller, the DH in the lineup. His battery partner doing the catching for the Knights tonight is Isaiah Hopkins. He wears number 34. At first base, number 30, Gus Sandberg. At second base, number 11, Mikey Stapleton. At shortstop, number 3, L.J. Whitford. At third base, number 12, Alex Schumer. In left field, number 41, Brennan Van Kirk. In center field, number 2, Coy Gick. And in right field, number 5, Colton Minnick. Going to finish up some warm-up tosses right there. Bottom of the first inning. First batter in the lineup for Bishop Chatard going to be number 13, Christian Perez. Perez got involved there on the ground game in the top of the first. He plays the shortstop position. So Christian Perez going to step in. And Christian Perez, he's a member of the senior class. Some words of wisdom there at the pitcher's rubber from Isaiah Hopkins and Jonah Gerke. Jonah Gerke, a member of the junior class. Isaiah Hopkins, also a junior class member. First pitch from Gerke. Outside, ball 1. Right-handed batter for Bishop Chatard, number 13, Christian Perez. From the windup. Second pitch, the 1-0 pitch. Outside edge, strike called, fastball. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at signals. Gerke, here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speeds pitch. Off speeds. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2. Peering in, looking at signals. Jonah Gerke. Now the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, shortstop. L.J. Whitford cleans it. They'll go to first base. They'll get the put out with Gus Sandberg. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
1 out, no runners on base.
Next batter going to step in for Bishop Chatard. It's going to be number 7, Ari Sam. Ari Sam with that familiar last name. Sam Restaurant. John Sam played quarterback for the Bishop Chatard Trojans back in my day. Here comes a pitch. Foul ball, right side, out of play. No balls, one strike. Ari Sam at the plate for the Trojans. Step back in. Peering in, looking at singles. Out of the windup. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball one. Pretty good vertical frame there by Isaiah Hopkins. That vertical frame means he catches the ball low, pulls the ball back up vertically with his forearm, and tries to buy a strike. Sometimes it works. Pitch outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ari Sam, the batter. He plays second base for the Trojans. Here's the pitch. Outside a ball. Home plate umpire has good vision. Good vision of that plate. That plate is 17 inches wide and 17 inches deep. Here comes a wind. Here comes a pitch. You're going to hit one skyward. It's going to go to left center field. They're going to call for it. It's going to be called for by Van Kirk, and he will make the catch. Van Kirk makes the catch in front of Coy Gick. Van Kirk had to go a long way out near center field. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Next batter going to step in, number 25, Brady Keating. Keating plays center field for the Trojans. Here comes the first pitch. Keating. Breaking pitch. Fade inside. Keating just got out of the way. Count goes 1-0. Open stance for Keating. Here comes a wind and the pitch. Short hops the glove. Good stop by Isaiah Hopkins. Count goes 2-0. Brady Keating at the plate. Where's number 25? He's a senior class member. He'll foul one back to the screen, straight back. Now goes 2-1. Brady Keating plays center field for Bishop Chatard. Doesn't really step out of the box. Stays right in there. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Going full swing, foul ball, third baseline. Picked up by the on-deck batter, Eli Holzevode, the pitcher. The count goes even at 2-2 with 2 out. Bottom of the first inning. Working from the windup, Jonah Gerke. Here comes the pitch. Breaking pitch outside a ball. Isaiah with the chance to frame that when he took the chance. Way outside, pulled it back in. Now goes 3-2. Here comes payoff. Swing and a miss. He'll go down swinging. There are 3 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. So Bishop Chatard comes up with no run in the bottom of the first after 1 complete. Central Catholic 4, Bishop Chatard 0. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Fritz and Fishers and Fritz in Noblesville, celebrating 43 years in the car business. That's in the heart of the Nickel Plate District. They have late model cars and trucks. Each vehicle passes a pre-delivery inspection. They have 2 Hamilton County locations. That's fritzandfishers.com. That's in Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street. You can dial them up at that dealership at 317-842-2228. And right there in Noblesville along State Road 32 between Noblesville and Westfield. fritzandfishers.com via the Noblesville store. 317-773-2232. fritzandfishers.com. And we'll also mention Fritz wrote this down. Fritz came up with this. Check this out. Fritz and Fishers. He says, hit a home run with a car from Fritz and Fishers. And then he says, Fritz is knocking it out of the park with great deals this summer. And then he says, so slide in and get a good deal. You will be safe for sure at fritzandfishers.com. That's FRITZ. Pretty nice gentleman. Pretty good personality. fritzandfishers.com. Stepping in for the Knights. Number 5, Colton Minnick, batting in the 8th spot. Right-handed batter, straightaway stance. First pitch, low for a ball. Eli Holzebos, the pitcher for Bishop Chatard. Stepping back in. Colton Minnick. Here and then looking at a single. Working out a stretch. Here comes a pitch. High and inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Good varsity game, that home plate umpire. And that ball sticks in a hurry. Pretty easy to call a pitch. Pitch comes in, strike, inside half. Taken for a strike. Count goes 2-1. Here and then, look at singles. Eli Holzebos out of set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside and tight, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. On deck is Coy Gick, center fielder for the Knights. Here comes a 3-1. Strike called right down meridian. Count goes full. 3-2 count. Colton Minnick was number 5 for the night. Out of set. Here comes a 3-2. Swung on, pop it to left field, left center. Coming in, trying to make the catch. He couldn't grab it. He laid out to make the catch. Hit the surface, and the surface probably jarred the ball out of the glove. He had the catch. And they're going to call that probably a double off the bat of Colton Minnick. So Minnick is at second base, nobody out. Next batter going to step in for the Knights. 9-hitter number 2, Coy Gick. Plays center field, right-handed batter. Straightaway stance, right up there towards the front. He's going to square the bunt. He's going to bunt it. It's going to be skyward, caught by the pitcher, holds a bose. He'll throw it to second base. He'll end up in center field. And Colton Minnick is going to stay right there at second base. So backing him up nicely there in center field, Brady Keating. And they get the out off the attempted bunt. Attempted bunt by Coy Gick. Well, Colton Minnick stays at first base. Stays at second base. So 1 out. Batting again, second time in the lineup, Alex Schumer. 1 hitter. Where's number 12? Here comes a pitch. Outside half, strike called. No balls, 1 strike. Alex Schumer, a year ago, he played in 30 ball games for the Knights. Alex set. Here comes the pitch. Backdoor curveball, misses outside. Throwing that curveball, he's a right-handed pitcher, throwing it at a left-handed batter. Starts outside, climbs its way back in. That one didn't climb and all the way back. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Outside of ball, count goes 2-1. So Alex Schumer, a year ago, 123 plate appearances. And that leaves the team of all returning players. Out of set. Second base. Here comes a 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Alex Schumer, 89 at-bats a year ago. He batted .303. On base percentage, .475. Alex set. Here comes a 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So let's toss the bat aside. He'll take a second base on balls here in the ball game. Timeout on the diamond. Coach Michael Harmon going to walk out, talk with his infield. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game in parts being brought to you by Robin's Nest. Heck, the Robin's Nest, they're in Thorntown. That's a cozy coffee cafe. And you can reach them by phone at 765-592-1530. That's Robin Warnoff. Robin and Eric Warnoff. Brand new. They opened on March the 19th. Robin's Nest right there in Thorntown. That's not far from Lafayette, Indiana. Go visit them. They'll appreciate it. Private events and space rental. They have catering. They're right there at 102 West Main Street in Thorntown. Stepping into bat for the Knights. Two-hitter number 3, L.J. Whitford. Two aboard for Central Catholic, first and second. Now the stat here's the pitch. Outside half, strike called. Right below the kneecaps. That is a hittable ball. If you can swing hand over fist at a pitch, it's probably a strike. So peering in, looking at signals. Eli holds a boat. He'll check second base out of set. Here comes the 0-1, inside and tight, ball one. One ball, one strike. Top of the second inning, Knights in front, 4-0. Two aboard, one out here in the top of the second. Working out a stretch, now the stat. He'll check second base, holds a boat. Here's the pitch. High above the zone, ball two. Two balls, one strike. Back in, right-handed batter. L.J. Whitford. And now stretch, the set, the pitch, ground ball back to the pitcher. They'll go to second. They'll get one there. So they get the force out. Fielder's choice at second base. A good glove there by Eli Holzeboat. Right back at the box. And they'll get Alex Schumer at second. L.J. Whitford will stay at first with the fielder's choice. So next batter going to step in. They do move the runner to third base. Bolton Minnick now at third base. Knights have runners on the corner with two outs stepping into bat. Three-hitter number 34, Isaiah Hopkins. Does the catching. Straightaway stance, right-handed batter. Peering in, looking at signals. Now out of set position. Holzebo's first pitch to Hopkins. Real tight. Ball one. Looked like I may have got his jersey, but he wants to bat. Umpire didn't call it hit by pitch. Timeout called in the box here. Hopkins wants to retie that right shoe. Pretty difficult task to tie a shoe with batting gloves on. Sometimes they take them off, but not Hopkins. Let's step back in. One ball, no strikes, two outs. Runners at second and third base. Here comes the pitch. Inside edge, strike call. Count goes 1-1. One ball, one strike. Isaiah Hopkins straightaway stance. Pretty good sized young man. He's got some muscle. Here comes a pitch. You're gonna float one up. It's skyward. It's a high fly ball to left field. He'll come in to make the catch. The left fielder making the catch, Owen Cox. So that'll complete the top of the second inning, I should say. Knights come up with no runs. And at the end of 1.5, the 4-0 contest, Knights in front. Bishop Chatard is going to bat in the bottom half of the second inning. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Posters and oversized printing also available. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone or by text message 317-773-8783. Again, that number is 317-773-8783. Or by email, it's discountcopies96@gmail.com. So the night waiting on Isaiah. Isaiah had to put his gear on. Going out and catching for him was number 7, Cooper Renback. And here comes Isaiah. So Isaiah flew out to left field, made the third out for the Knights in the top of the second. He's behind the plate now. He'll probably take a couple, maybe 3. They're going to throw it down. They're going to toss the first one down, rocket off the right-handed arm of Isaiah Hopkins. The next batter going to step in for Bishop Chatard. He's 4-hitter. Does the pitching. Number 6, Eli Holzebos. Right-handed batter, he'll step in. Well, Isaiah Hopkins behind the dish. And Holzebos going to step in. Step in. First pitch. Jonah Gerke going to foul it right side out of play. So no balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the second inning. Here comes a pitch from Gerke to Holzebos. Swing and a miss. Might have been a breaking pitch. Finished low. Count goes 0-2. Step back in. Straightaway stand. Holzebos. Holzebos. Junior class member. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch. Finished low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty tall young man. Can't really gauge his height from here. You can tell he's a lanky guy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Going to be a drop, 3rd strike. Picking up the ball, stepping to the inside is Isaiah Hopkins. They'll get the put out at first base with Gus Sandberg. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Next batter going to step in. That's in the 5 spot, number 20, Max Townsend. He's the catcher. Junior class member, bit of a closed stance, wearing those New Balance shoes. Ground ball, left side, off the glove of Schumer. That couldn't clean it. It's going to be probably a base hit. Tough play to make. Would have been a tough play to get the put out after the catch. Probably going to go in the book as a base hit on the infield. So they're going to go with the courtesy runner at first base for the catcher. It's going to be number 14, Daniel White. Daniel White, he's a senior class member, stepping into bat, left-handed batter. Number 30, Owen Cox. He made the last catch there in the top of the second in left field. First pitch outside of ball from Gerke. Left-handed batter, straight away. Dance in the batter's box. Number 30, Owen Cox. We're now to stretch, now the set. Modest lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. Count goes 2-0. Owen Cox, number 30, he'll step back in. Here it in, look at the signals. Out of set, Jonah Gerke, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, he'll pop it up center field. Calling for it, center field, Coy Gick, and he'll make the catch. So runner stays put at first base. There's 1 out. Take that back. There are 2 out. 2 out on the diamond, stepping in. Number 31, 7-hitter, A.J. Harmon. A.J. Harmon plays third base for Bishop Chatard. Here comes a pitch from Gerke. Breaking pitch. Got the dish. Strike called. A.J. Harmon, a year ago, he was not a starter. And I will mention he batted .273. And that's an honorable batting average for a non-starter. Pitch comes in, strike, swing, and a miss. Count goes 0-2. A.J. Harmon, right-handed batter, straightaway stance. Here and in, looking at signals. Out of stretch, now the set for Gerke. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, drop, 3rd strike. He'll step to the inside with 2 outs. First base is open. And the put out is made with Gus Sandberg. So that'll complete the bottom of the second inning. And they're wondering if that was a foul ball. I think they're concerned that that ball might have been a foul tip in the batter's box. And I think that might have been what A.J. Harmon was wondering. He didn't know he had to take off and run. Not quite sure. They're going to go with what just happened. Drop third strike and put out at first base. So in the bottom of the second inning for Bishop Chatard, no runs at the end of two complete. Central Catholic 4, Bishop Chatard 0. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by McCormick Printing and Office Supplies. We'll mention before we get back into the action, a big shout out to McCormick Printing Impressions and Office Supplies, celebrating over 50 years of serving Tipton and surrounding communities. From team banners to business printing, custom shirts to office supplies, MPI does it all with the hometown service and top-notch quality. McCormick Printing Impressions, helping you make your best impression on and off the field. It's McCormick Printing Impressions, and they're in Tipton. The ball goes down to second base. Max Townsend will throw the ball around the infield. Top of the third inning. Stepping in the bat for the night. Four-hitter number 11, Mikey Stapleton. Stapleton steps in. Last year, he played in 29 games. He led the team, that's including the senior members that have graduated, with 35 RBI. First pitch swing, foul ball off the screen, and caught by Max Townsend. So it's a strike. 0-1 count. Straightaway stand. Mikey Stapleton out of set. Here comes the pitch. Short off the glove. Good block by Max Townsend. Count goes 1-1. Eli Holzaba pitching here in the top of the third inning. Don't look like rain in the forecast, at least for now. Working out a stretch. Now the set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Stapleton. High and tight. Ball 2. Mikey Stapleton a year ago. Batting average, .395. He was a four-hitter a year ago also. His on-base percentage, .500. That's in 29 games. High and tight again. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Last year, 34 hits for Mikey Stapleton. That led the team. Here comes a pitch. Swung on, pop it up on the infield. Going to back up into the synthetic grass. Second baseman makes the catch. Ari Sam. And there's 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Next batter going to step in. Going to be the 5-hitter, number 30, Gus Sandberg. Gus Sandberg, last time up, went 3-2 count with bases loaded and hit one to the left center field gap, got to the wall, got a triple and cleared the bases. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, pop this one up. Foul ball out of play. Right side, going to get the screen. That net saves a lot of baseballs. Well, no balls, 1 strike. Gus Sandberg plays first base for the ninth. Peering in, looking at signals, out of the stretch. Eli holds the ball. Holds the bows. Here comes a pitch. Breaking pitch finishes away. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck for the Knights, Caden Keller out of set. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Sandberg. Strike called. Bottom of the zone. Count goes 1-2. 1-2 count. Sandberg, 1 out. Top of the third inning. Here comes the pitch. High above the zone. Ball 2. 2-2 count. 1 out. He'll step back in. Peering in, looking at signals, out of stretch. Now the set. Nobody on base. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Going to pop it skyward. Playable on the infield. Fly ball going to be called for and caught by the third baseman, A.J. Harmon. And there are 2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
2 outs, no runners.
So I'm going to call timeout. Coach Harmon going to walk out. Going to talk with his pitcher, Holzeba. He's going to ask for the baseball. So they're going to hand him the baseball. We're going to have a pitching change here in the top of the 3rd with 2 outs. So Coach Harmon jogging to the deck out there. They're going to switch some gloves here. I think 27's coming back in and change gloves. And we're going to go with a new pitcher right here in the top of the 3rd with, and it's going to be number 1. It's going to be Andrew Knabb, junior class member, right-handed pitcher. He plays second base also. Bats right, throws right. Number 1, Andrew Knabb. And he's got the sunglasses on the top of his hat. I think they'll probably take those off before he pitches in the real game. Again, warmed up right now. So he had some warm-up tosses. So 1 in the ball game for 27. So Zach McCormick going to exit the ball game at first base. And we might see Holzeba, or we might see Jack Walter in the ball game. We'll see. But number 1, Andrew Knabb, going to bat in the 8th spot. So he gets some final warm-up tosses. So getting ready for baseball again with them 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Andrew Knabb has the baseball. He'll pitch from the windup, nobody on base. Stepping in, Caden Keller, he'll foul the first one back. It'll go out of play, but it'll bounce back in with the screen. And caught again by Max Townsend, the catcher. No balls, 1 strike. Out of the windup, here's the pitch. Swung on, foul tip, caught in the glove. No balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed batter, Caden Keller. Wears 21. He's the DH. Batting for Jonah Gerke. Swung on and take it to center field. Going to get a good eye on it. Keating going to come in. Couldn't make the catch. Above the glove. Couldn't bring it in. Going to go to second base. Going to slide in safe at second. And that's going to be an error on the center fielder. So Caden Keller makes it to second base on the misplayed baseball.
Number 41.
Stepping into bat for the night. 7-hitter. Number 41, Brennan Van Kirk. Left fielder for the Knights. Brennan Van Kirk a year ago played in 28 games. Batted .339. 511 on base percentage. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 count to Van Kirk. Runner at second base. That's Caden Keller. Peering in, looking at the signals, out of stretch. Now the set. Here's the pitch. Swung on. He'll put it back up. It's going to be a base hit. Good effort in center field by Keating to keep the ball in front of him as he lays out to make the catch with 2 outs. That's recommended. He did it textbook style. So coming in to score from second base is Keller. So Keller comes in. Runner at first base, going to be an RBI single off the bat of Brennan Van Kirk. Now batting number 5, Colton Minnick. Pickoff move, first base, back safely. Tag applied late. Safe at first. Van Kirk. Here and then looking at signal, out stretch. Now the set, here's the pitch. A little bit out in front of it, swing and a miss. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Modest lead at first base. Van Kirk out of set position. Here comes the pitch from Knabb. To get outside and get by the glove of Townsend. Taking second base on the misplayed baseball is Van Kirk. So Knights have a runner at second base with 2 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Colton Minnick, right-handed batter. On deck for the Knights is number 2, Coy Dick, out of set position. Check second base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside half, strike call. Might have been outside edge. Nevertheless, strike call. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrew Knapp out of stretch. Now the set. Checks second. Checks again. Here's the pitch. 5 for a ball. Count goes 2-2. Twos are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the third inning, 1 run in for the Knights. 5-0 contest out of the set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul, third base side. A.J. Harmon gloves it. Foul ball, still 2-2 count. Colton Minnick. Cut back in. Straightaway stand. Ball's made live. Here we go. Working out a stretch, checking the signals. Out of the set. Here comes a 2-2 again. Swung on, ground ball, foul. This time going to get it by the third baseman. It'll go back up near down the corner. They'll track that one down. So 2-2 count again. Colton Minnick fighting them off. Ball's live, out of stretch, now the set. Here comes a 2-2. Swung on, base hit. Right over the shortstop's head. Going to be a base hit. Coming in to score. Nope, going to make it. Yep, but he's safe at home. Van Kirk, a head first slide. Base hit and an RBI off the bat of Colton Minnick. Colton Minnick probably going to get a coach on board now. He's going to bat for Coy Dick, the 9-hitter. And we're going to see number 18, Chase Ruse. Chase Ruse, 6'1", 175. He's getting summons to the plate right now. Going to bat in the 9 spot. And working right there. Going to RBI off the bat of Colton Minnick. Minnick's at first base. Right-handed batter. Chase Ruse. Alex Sad, here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Chase Ruse, a junior class member, is listed as a pitcher and a first baseman, as mentioned, 6 foot, 175. Out of the set, Andrew Knapp, pickoff move, first base, back safely, head first. Nearly a circumstantial right there, but safe at first. Colton Minnick, out of the set, here comes the pitch. The Ruse will be a shot to third base hit, going to get underneath the glove of Harmon. And the runner's going to move up now at second base for the night. With Colton Minnick at first base. Going to be a pinch runner at first base.
First position, playing third base, number 12, Max Schumer.
So Chase Ruse got the hit. He came out of the ball game, and Coy Dick is back running at first base. Coy Dick re-enters. He's at first base now. So stepping in, Alex Schumer batting for the 3rd time in the ball game. Outside, ball 1. Alex Schumer is batting for the 3rd time. He has no official at-bats in the game. He's walked twice. Working out a stretch. Now the set. He'll check second. Here's the pitch. Pitch in there. Strike called. Schumer was looking all the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Top of the 3rd inning. 2 runs in. Here's the pitch. Inside, tight on the breaking pitch. Count goes 2-1. The first base for the night, number 2, Coy Dick. Here comes the pitch. Inside edge, strike called. Count goes 2-2. Alex Schumer going to have to release the bat. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Out of that, you check second base. Here's the pitch. If they could drive and go base hit just beyond the glove, outstretched glove of second baseman, Ari Som, and it would be a base hit RBI off the bat of Alex Schumer. Coming in to score, number 5, Colton Minnick. Now at third base is number 2, Coy Dick. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. Stepping into bat. L.J. Whitford. L.J. Whitford's shortstop looking at signals. Couple signals given by Coach Bourdonnais, third base coach. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Top of the third inning. 3 runs in. Working out a stretch. Now the set. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball. Going to be a base hit. Ari Sam was going to play second base on a possible throw. Opened up the opening there at second base. And it's going to be an RBI single off the bat of L.J. Whitford. So again, runners on the corners. This time it's Whitford at first base and Schumer at third base. Going to take the shin guards off of the next batter. It's going to be Isaiah Hopkins. Isaiah Hopkins going to bat here in the top of the third inning. Runners on the corners. Top of the third inning. Right-handed batter, Isaiah Hopkins. Isaiah Hopkins, a year ago, only played in 4 ball games. 15 play appearances, 9 at bat. You're going to pop this one up. Is it playable? Andrew Knabb gives it a good look. He goes out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Isaiah Hopkins a year ago, a batting average of .444. 15 plate appearances, 9 at bats, 600 on base percentage. He's got 4 hits last year in 4 games, 3 RBI. Now the set, here's the pitch taken off of second base is Gick. Throw's going to go into center field. Coming in to score from third base is Alex Schumer. I take that back. That was number 3. L.J. Whitford stole second and took third base on the overthrow to center field. Hit comes in, strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Stepping back in, Isaiah Hopkins. Runner at third base for the Knights is L.J. Whitford. Comes the pitch. Swung on, going to take it to left field. Got a lot of it. It's going to get beyond the players, and it's going to go out of here in left center field. Isaiah Hopkins, pretty good stroke. Hand over fist. Went out about the 350 mark. So we get a 2 RBI home run. Knocked himself in. And L.J. Whitford. So we get some congratulatories. With 2 outs, next batter going to step in. 4-hitter number 11, Mikey Stapleton. Stapleton going to step in. 2 out, working from the windup. Andrew Knabb. Both feet on the rubber. Peering in, looking at signals. Going to shake off a stick. Here comes the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Number 11, Mikey Stapleton. A year ago, .395 batting average. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 34 hits a year ago. 27 were singles. 6 doubles, 1 triple. Did not have a home run as a junior, but he did have one as a freshman. Right down the left field line at Central Catholic. I remember that one. Only one he got that year. 2 balls, 1 strike. Peering in, looking at single. Here comes the wind in the pitch from Knabb. Breaking pitch finishes away. Ball 3. 3-1 count. Gus Sandberg is on deck. Straightaway stand. 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Knabb. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, base hit. On the ground, seeing eyes right there on that baseball. And a base hit off the bat of Mikey Stapleton. So runner at first base. Next batter going to step in, 5-hitter number 30, Gus Sandberg. Sandberg, right-handed batter. Step in. Sandberg, a member of the senior class. Out of the set, here comes the pitch. Outside the ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Top of the third inning. 7 runs in here in the third. This comes in outside edge, strike called. Here and in, looking at singles out of the stretch. Andrew Knapp checks first base. Now the set position. Here's the pitch. Swung on. You're going to float one to left field. Going to have to come in a few steps, make the catch. Owen Cox retires the side. The Knights are retired here in the top of the third. Knights come up with 7 runs in the third inning. At the end of 2.5, Knights 11. Bishop Chatard going to bat in the bottom of the third inning. Again, we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. We welcome you and your patronage at Camino and Company, the mobile flower shop and wedding studio based in downtown Noblesville. You'll find Camino and Company on the north side of the courthouse square at 876 Logan Street. Camino and Company started with a dream and grew with the love of our local community. That's the same love, stories, and celebrations they now live on in Camino Coffee. Camino Coffee, your coffee with a story. Every cup is inspired by our founders, Grandpa's 1984 El Camino. That's where Camino and Company gets its name. Our company is locally roasted by our friends at Noble Coffee and Tea. Each cup carries a little piece of our journey, along with our community and our belief that coffee always comes with a story. So, regardless of its morning or if it's afternoon or any moment you need to pause, your cup is just a click away. That is Camino Coffee. You can reach them online at CaminoCoffee.com. Again, CaminoCoffee.com. You'll be glad you did. Step in. Bishop Chatard, first pitch from Gerke. Strike called. Might have been below the strike zone, but not much. Strike called by the home plate umpire. In the batter's box, number 15, Jack Walter. He's a senior. Breaking pitch missed high, just above the zone. 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the windup, Jonah Gerke. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, right side. Out of play. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the windup, 1 foot on the rubber, 1 foot off. Here comes the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch misses low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First batter, bottom of the third inning. Here comes the wind and the pitch. Outside of ball. Full count. Count goes 3-2. 15, Jack Walter. Listed as a shortstop and an outfielder. In the windup, here comes the pitch. 5 ball 4. Jonah Gerke on issue a walk to number 15, Jack Walter. Stepping into bat. We're going to see the 9-hitter, number 2. That's Nolan Kenworthy. He plays right field, right-handed batter. Working out the stretch, now the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball goes off the glove of Isaiah to his right laterally. He hustles over there, but didn't need to. But he'll probably hustle again. Looking from the stretch. Peering in, looking at signals. Jonah Gerke. Oh, it's that position. Here comes the pitch. Good cut, swing and a miss. Count goes 0-2. No ball, 2 strikes. 9-hitter. Where's number 2 for both teams? Nolan Kenworthy for Bishop Chatard. Alice said, here's the pitch. Try call. He'll let it go by. He'll go down looking. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Next batter going to step in. It's going to be the 1-hitter. Number 13, Christian Perez. Plays shortstop. Perez going to step in. Perez last year batted .289. Returning player. First pitch comes in right at the bottom of the zone, 0-1 count to Perez. Perez a year ago had 4 doubles, 7 stolen bases. He was a starter in right field for Coach Harmon a year ago. I was sad. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, left side. Count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first base is number 15, Jack Walter. He drew a walk, a 3-2 walk. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Christian Perez, the batter. Here's the pitch. Outside, going to shore off the glove of Isaiah. He's going to take second base, uncontested. Jack Walter slides in at second. He's safe, no throw. It was in the dirt. We call it dirt. It's synthetic dirt. But it was a tough ball to handle and probably going to book as a wild pitch. So runner at second base is Jack Walter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nolan Kenworthy. Here comes a pitch. Put that back in the batter's box is 13. Christian Perez. He'll take a ball high. Count goes even at 2-2 to Perez. We're going to have a stretch. Now the set. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, going to pop it to left field. Van Kirk has a look at it. He'll call the baseball and make the catch. There are 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner still at second base. Second base, Jack Walter. Next batter going to step in. Number 7, Ari Sam. Ari Sam is a junior class member, right-handed pitcher and an infielder. Ari Sam plays second base in today's ball game. While the set, Jonah Gerke checks second. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch. Might have been a slider, not much break, called strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here and in looking at signals, Jonah Gerke. Out of the set position, checks second base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, right side. Count goes 0-2. Number 7, Ari Sam. Sam, the 2-hitter for the Trojans. Peering in, looking at signals. Out of the set, he'll check second. Jonah Gerke, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, full swing. Going to go out in front of the mound to be fielded by Gerke. He'll throw to first base. They'll get the put out with Gus Sandberg, and the Knights are out of the inning. They leave 1 on base. No runs scored. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. After 3 complete, Knights 11, Trojans 0. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Kentucky Getaway. If you're looking for the ultimate Kentucky getaway, escape to a one-of-a-kind retreat in the heart of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, where rolling hills, world-famous distilleries, and unforgettable memories await. Welcome to your private 6-bedroom estate set on 7 scenic acres of peaceful countryside. Spend your days exploring legendary bourbon stops, then come home to unwind in the hot tub under the stars. Challenge friends to a game of pool on the pool table. Practice your swing on the putting green or relax by the fire pit as the night sets in. And when it's time to wind on down, your private movie theater, the room is awaiting you. Whether it's a bourbon weekend, family gathering, or group getaway, there's space and something for everyone. No crowds, no stress, just comfort, connection, and the true spirit of Kentucky. For questions or direct booking, you can text 317-442-7513. Again, that is 317-442-7513. They do all the bookings. They're done by Airbnb and VRBO. That's the ultimate Kentucky getaway. stepping in for the ninth. Going to bat here in the top of the fourth inning. Left-handed batter, number 21, Caden Keller, the DH, batting in the sixth spot. First pitch, Christian Perez, strike called. Christian Perez doing the pitching now for the Trojans. First pitch comes in, strike called. Working from the windup. Now the wind, here comes the pitch to Keller, high and away, ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the fourth inning. Working from the windup, both feet on the rubber. Here comes the pitch from Perez. High and tight, ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. On deck, 41. That's Brennan Van Kirk, left fielder. Working from the windup. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Keller swung on, he'll pop it up. Going to the left field. Calling for the ball is Owen Cox, and he'll make the catch. There's 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning.
1 out. No.
Next batter going to step in. 41, Brennan Van Kirk. Van Kirk, the left fielder. Right-handed batter a year ago. Van Kirk played in 28 games. 91 plate appearances, 62 at-bats. Here comes the first pitch to Van Kirk. Strike called. Top of the zone. Count goes 0-1. Van Kirk a year ago batted .339 at 511. On-base percentage. 21 hits. 20 were singles, 1 double. 18 RBI. Swung on back up the middle, me glove there by Christian Perez. They'll throw to first base. They'll get the put out with number 6, Eli Holzebos. And there are 2 outs here in the fourth inning. So next batter going to step in for the night, 44, Chase Hill. Chase Hill going to bat for the night. He's going to bat in place of Colton Minnick. Colton Minnick bats in the 8th. 44, Chase Hill, a sophomore. 6'3", 205, right-handed batter. First pitch from Perez. Swung on, back to the screen. So Chase Hill, not quite sure if that's a wood been up. It's got a lot of scars on it. It's an aluminum bat. Count goes 0-1. Ball's live, working from the windup. Christian Perez, here comes the pitch to Hiddle. Outside of ball, count goes 1-1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning. Here and in, looking to say Christian Perez. Here comes the wind and the 1-1. He'll foul one back. Count goes 1-2. To Tate Hiddle. Tate Hiddle is listed as a pitcher and an outfielder. Coach Bourdonnais inserts him here in the 8th spot. Going to bat for Colton Minnick. Here in the 8th spot. Here comes a wind and the 1-2 pitch. Outside of ball. Now it goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on base for the night. Top of the fourth inning. Pretty good wide stance there at the plate. 6'3", 205. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, second base. Ari Sam will get him just enough at first base, about a half a step. Take that back. At first base right there was Andrew Knapp. He'll make the play, and the Knights are retired in the top of the fourth. So the Knights come up with no runs in the fourth inning. At the end of 3.5 innings, Knights 11, Trojans 0. And again, we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. Lisa knows that each home is precious. Lisa will look or Lisa will list. Give her a chance. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21 Sheet Company. She has an IQ that is high and will work for the benefit of you. She's highly recommended. She's got a real estate agent license and a real estate broker's license. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, 317-513-4086. Again, 317-513-4086. It's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. On the pitcher's rubber for the Knights, and a relief pitcher for Jonah Gerke. Pitching here in the fourth inning for the Knights, number 21, Caden Keller. So Caden Keller, he's the DH. He'll move over and he'll become the pitcher of record. Jonah Gerke, his ball game is complete. He went 3 innings for the Knights, gave up no run. Did walk a batter. Left-handed pitcher for the Knights on the hill right now, Caden Keller. Bats left, throws left. Going to throw one down at second base, Isaiah Hopkins. Frozen rope. We took that right there by L.J. Whitford. They'll put the ball back in the glove of Caden Keller. Next batter going to step in for Bishop Chatard. It's going to be the three-hitter, center fielder, number 25, Brady Keating. Brady Keating going to step in. A year ago, he started in left field. He's playing center field today. A year ago, batting .338 as a junior, 23 RBI. First pitch comes in outside a ball. A little bit of an open stance. Right-handed batter. Here comes a pitch from Keller. Outside, ball 2. Keller might have a natural tail on that fastball. Working out the stretch. Here's the pitch. Outside edge. Strike call. Count goes 1-2. My bad. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And now stretch. Here comes the pitch. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Looking outside. They're chasing a kind of an outside pitch, but probably take the ball the other way. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Keating. Outside, ball 3. So Keller is trying to play games right there on the outside edge right there. He's been there for the whole at bat. Swung on, foul ball off the screen. 3-2 count again. 3-2 to Brady Keating. 3-hitter going against Caden Keller. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball. He'll stay alive. Brady Keating, as mentioned, a year ago, a .338 batting average. Of the returning players for Bishop Chatard, of the 4 seniors, Brady Keating leads in average from a year ago. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Keating draws a walk. Keating going to jog down to first base. Next batter, going to step in. It's going to be the original pitcher for Bishop Chatard in this game. That's number 6, Eli Holzebose. That's in the 4 spot. Listed as a pitcher. Out of a set. Checks first base. Here's the pitch to Holzebose. Outside, ball 1. Holzebose, a right-handed pitcher, a right-handed batter. Runner at first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Keating at first. Here comes pickoff movement. That's a kind of a weird step there, but he got away with it. Keller, he throws the ball away and taking second base on the overthrow. Back to the screen. I should say back to the foul fence. Is Keating. So Keating gets a free base. So what that front right foot landed in kind of a precarious situation there. But these umpires made no verbal call. Swing and a miss. The Holzebose releases the bat there. Took his cut. Count goes 1-1. Here and in with the signals out of track. Now the set, he'll check second base. Nobody hold him on. Here comes the pitch. They call that a strike. They're going to call a mulligan for the umpire first time today. As he calling a good game. I don't know what John might think. We're working through the stretch again. Set position. He'll step off the back. Isaiah Hopkins wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. And Eli holds the bow, right-handed batter's box. And they're going to break up the action there. Home plate umpire was on his way out to break it up. Didn't need to. Count goes 1-2. 1-2 strike. The holds the bow. Ball's live. Turn in the second out of stretch. Set, second base. 1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Drop through strike. They clean the ball. He didn't drop. Isaiah Hopkins caught the baseball. No drive through. There is one out. So runner at second base. Stepping into bat. Tie hitter number 20, Max Townsend. Plays the catcher position. He's back there on the back of that thing, back of the box, right-handed batter. Gonna pop one up. Play McCall will center fielder. Makes Corey Dick. And the catch, he'll bring him right back in. Shortstop. Well, okay, Mr. They are two out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Phillips second base and Brady safe. Looking at that, then they're number 30. Overtime. Max has been busy. The team real much. And that, that's different deal. It's one of this. The ball is one strike. 2 outs bottom of the first inning. They're in there. Nichols. The dollar out to that down set. Here has the pitch. Low. One. And the there's 35 down set. And one. I call it one. Matter of fact, probably wait a minute. The money is nice. And it's one four. Then the bottom of the fourth inning. There's no run. And for Mississippi, end of 4 complete. The quarterback the 11 or the 0. They did be trying to use the 3 minutes. We'll mention the team that part and brought to you by that's found me, but I can tell they did all two idea. Do by car, car, truck, SUV, preferred low mileage in one owner automobile. 2 Hamilton County Indiana locations. One is in Fishers at 8599. 116th Street in Dial-Up there, which is Unit Center 317 842 Their dealership Troubleville between Oldsville and Northfield. That is along Edward Street, you know. You should have that there at 317 773 32 32. Put it there on the line. You can buy this site and print the station. That's RIBV. Lafayette Central Athletes. United number 2. Old Dick. Play center field for the night. Right-handed batter. Working from the windup. And Perez. Christian Perez. Going to get an hit in that right-handed batter's box here by pitch. Chicago stepping again. Now, Sugar, one hitter was able to foul tonight. She played third base. You know, step in, and we'll mention last year in my pitch category, like they 15 times. How people were credits like that. People had to pick on the and they get the top over there. It would be like Gordon hops the glove. Stepping back in, Alex Schumer. They're nowhere at first base, out of the stretch. Now the set. Here comes the pitch. High and away, ball one. One ball, no strike. Knights have a runner at first base. It's number two, Foy Gick. Hit by pitch in his first pitch here in the top of the fifth. Next pitch to Schumer. High and away, ball two. Alex Schumer, I remember when he was a freshman, he let everybody know that his favorite player is his brother, Ryan. I texted with Ryan last night. Here comes a pitch. Swung on, going to pop it up. Going to go right field. Going to be called for by the center fielder, Keating. And Brady Keating makes the catch. There is an out here in the top of the fifth. So timeout on the diamond. Coach Michael Harmon going to go out. Probably going to change pitchers. He's got a lot of games he's thinking about in the near future. You got to save some arm. So he's going to ask for the baseball. Christian Perez hands it to him. They give that baseball a rub down. Coming in from left field. I think we're going to check here is Owen Cox, number 30. So Owen Cox going to take some warm-up tosses. Left-handed pitcher. He bats left. He throws left. He's a member of the junior class. Number 30, Owen Cox. And we'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by the Robin's Nest. The Robin's Nest, if you didn't know, that's in Thorntown. That's Thorntown's Cozy Coffee Cafe. I have seen it in the flesh. It is nice. If you're from Lafayette, that's not very far to jog over to the Robin's Nest. And they're located at 102 West Main Street, Thorntown, Indiana, right there by Stookies, not too far from Stookies, same side of the street. You can reach them by phone at 765 592 1530. They have private event space, rental space available. And the Robin's Nest also does catering. So you can have your group get established right there and line up reservations. You can visit with them at Gmail. You can go to Robin's Nest Cafe, ROBINZ Nest Cafe at gmail.com. Stepping in for the Knights, number 3, LJ Whitford, two-hitter for the Knights. Out of stretch, set, pitch. Going to take one to right field. It's going to be airborne. It's going to come in and make a good catch in right field. Nolan Kenworthy. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Run jogging back over, runner at first base. Next batter, we're going to see step in. Last time up, hit a home run. 2-run homer off the bat of Isaiah Hopkins, the catcher. Went to left center field. Working from a stretch. Now the set position. Looks at first. Here's the pitch. Pitch comes in above the zone. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. Knights batting. Runner aboard at first base. On deck, Mikey Stapleton. Out of set. Here comes a pitch. Owen Cox, outside edge. Strike called. Count goes even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Isaiah Hopkins. Here and in, looking at signals. Out of the stretch. Owen Cox. Still in the stretch. He'll shake off a signal. He'll pitch one he likes. Out of the set position. Will be time called. A lot of time to concentrate for a batter. A lot of time to stare at a pitcher when he's shaking off pitches. He'll step back in. Ball's made live. Working out a stretch. Now the set. Looks at first base. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. The short hop the glove. Going to get by the glove of Max Townsend. Jog in to second base. He'll round second base. And he'll stay right there. So at second base, number 2, Foy Gick with 2 outs. Isaiah Hopkins batting. Top of the 5th inning. 11-0 contest. Knights in front. A 2-1 count. with 2 outs to Hopkins. Out of the set, here comes the pitch. Inside and tight, ball 3. 3-1 count. Now, and we'll see what happens here. But over time, the challenge. Isaiah Hopkins got the first strike, and Hopkins knows it is the pitch. Low, sharp, grounded, jog for base with ball 4. Thinking about rounding, he gets down there in a hurry. So it's coordinating and make another change in the lineup right here. He's going to bring in number 7, Cooper Lindback, junior class member. And Lindback will do the running for Hopkins at first base. First base, 7. Cooper Lindback. Stepping in, Mikey Stapleton. Stapleton, right-handed batter. Runners on the corners for the Knights, 2 outs. And Feenberg is on deck. Alice comes the pitch. Up off the third base. And don't play, they will. So come in from third base on pick up the first. It's only big. It's 5, 8. And I have 1 here out of 5th. 1 run in. 1 at third base. Cooper run back in right for Isaiah Hopkins. It's been for a call outside edge. The ball's one strike. 400 Mike Stapleton. The rest of a little bit. We're not first. The pitch. Swung on from ball. They pick up hit by Morgan. Strong on the third base. He'll beat the play out. We told the bogey. And that was a crappy from third base from A.J. Morgan. And that's our retired. Game order in. That's 4-1. The top of the 5th. At the end of 4.5, the ninth, 12. Mr. Chatard 0. Trojan's going to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Honey Creek Resort. Honey Creek Resort, what a beautiful place to be. You can plan your vacation or maybe a weekend getaway. Honey Creek Resort with 840 acres of fantastic nature, fun, and recreation adventures are only a 1-day's drive away. Honey Creek Resort in southern Iowa, where fellow Hoosiers Beth and Terry Henderson have an amazing lodge and cabins with fabulous fishing, boating, golfing, horse carriages, and much, much more. Truly amazing adventures and hospitality await you at honeycreekresort.com. Again, honeycreekresort.com, where your group, business, or family getaway reservations, you can make them today. Call them at 641-724-1450. Again, their number is 641-724-1450. It's Honey Creek Resort in Iowa. I've been there. My wife's been there with me. We've been there about 3, maybe 4 times. That is a nice, nice place to go. Just stepping in. A.J. Harmon going to bat here in the bottom of the 5th after making a great play at third base. Working it around. And then we'll see. Evidently, so stepping in, A.J. Harmon, right-handed batter. Here comes a pitch from Keller outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-handed batter, A.J. Harmon. Here comes a pitch from Keller. Right below the kneecap, strike called, outside half. Count goes 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Harmon, here comes the pitch. Foul ball, back to the screen. Count goes 1-2. As mentioned a year ago, A.J. Harmon batting .273 as a junior class member for the Trojans. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Keller. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Working from the stretch. Now the set. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. 3-2 count to Harmon. Here and in, looking at Staples. Caden Keller. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, right side. He'll stay alive in the batter's box. Count goes 3-2 once again. Right-handed batter steps in, taps the plate. Here and in, looking at Signal. Out of the stretch. Now the set. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Harmon draws a walk. He'll jog to first base. Next batter in the lineup going to be Jack Walter. Jack Walter has played this game as the DH. He wears number 15, batting in the 8th spot. Runner aboard, first base, A.J. Harmon. Put that sliding mitt on. Here comes a pitch from Keller. Out. He's going to call out a strike. Strike call. It's just one. So count goes 0-1. Here and in, looking at Signal. Caden Keller. Here comes the pitch. Outside it, strike call. Count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Out of the set. Keller, here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul tip in the glove, caught by Isaiah. Strike 3. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the next batter going to step in, 9-hitter, number 2, Nolan Kenworth. Right fielder, here's the pitch. Healthy cut, swing and a miss. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here and in, looking at Signal. Out of that, here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Nolan Kenworthy playing a good right field for the Trojans in today's ball game. All set, here comes the 0-2. Off-speed pitch out in front of it, strike 3. 2 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Stepping in. 1 hitter. Number 13, Christian Perez. Here and in, looking at Signal. Out of that. Looks at first. Here's the pitch. Outside edge, strike called. A backdoor slider just got the edge. Count goes 0-1. Out of set, he'll check first base. Pitch from Keller. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Christian Perez batting 289 a year ago. First back to the screen. Foul ball. Christian Perez a year ago, 4 doubles. As a junior class member, 7 stolen bases. Looking from the stretch, now the set. Here comes a pitch from Keller. Outside of ball. 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner at first base is A.J. Harmon for the Trojans. Here comes the pitch. Short off the glove, Isaiah Hopkins. Good block, kept it laterally to his right. No runner movement by Harmon. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here and in, looking at Signal. Right on the rubber. And take the signal. Here's the set position. Here comes the pitch. Outside of ball. Reach back for some MPH. Went outside with that one. Count goes full at 3-2 to Christian Perez. Here and in, looking at Signals out with set. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Knights will get out of the inning, and that's going to complete today's ball game. Final score in 5 innings. Knights 12. Trojan 0. We do thank you for tuning in. We thank you for listening. And we do appreciate you listening, and we'll mention the Knights' next ball game is supposed to be tomorrow at Riverton Park, weather permitting. And then we'll see if that happens. Check the forecast, and we'll see what happens there. But tonight, the final score: Knights 12, Trojans 0. We thank you for listening, and until next time, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let it go and keep the fire burning. Please stay tuned. I'm sure Coach Bourdonnais would like to say a few words. Please stay tuned.
good job at the press box. Really made it work. Careful. Here comes. Oh.
Game right now. I'm going to talk to Coach Bourdonnais. Coach Bourdonnais, you avoided the rain, but I don't think you'd have mind if it would have rained.
Yeah, no, I thought we really came out ready to play and took advantage of some of their mistakes and came up with some big hits, uh, 2 out hits. And that's when that inning we scored 7 runs. We scored all with 2 outs. It all started with 2 outs, and then we got some big hits there and took advantage of their mistakes. And then on the other side of it, I thought Jonah and Caden threw really well. Outside of a couple of leadoff walks, I thought they were really really pretty good for first time out.
Yeah, patient hitters pretty much all day.
Yeah, their pitchers are falling behind, and our guys showed good discipline up there and got in good hitters counts and didn't swing any bad pitches. So that was good to see, especially first time out.
I'll coach you. I'm not going to ask you. Synthetic field turf, grass. Do you have a preference?
I like a well manicured grass field, but there are advantages of turf field, especially early in the spring. Um, but I know our guys like fielding on turf. And they like fielding on our surface at home too. So it doesn't really matter. I think we've got a good defensive team, and I think we'll play well on either surface.
Tomorrow, Riverton Park, Mother Nature.
Yeah, hopefully we can beat the raindrops and get down there and get another game in. Riverton Park's always a strong 118, and so yeah, we're looking forward to the opportunity. Hopefully the weather cooperates.